Coming off a 1-1 day yesterday, we dropped the Knicks plus the 6 against the Celtics, but we did hit the under in the Magic Pistons game, and Pistons covered that game. I'm glad I stayed off the Magic, uh, but we doubled down on it. They had a high scoring first quarter, and total was at 231 or 232 by the end of the first quarter, and we hit the under again. So kind of doubled up on that play. So made a little bit of money yesterday, even though we lost the Knicks. But we had less of a unit on that than we did the other play. Nets and Timberwolves. Timberwolves did cover against the Nets, and that game did go under. Was a super low scoring game. So still walking on eggshells around the Timberwolves. When I don't bet them, they win, and do what I think they're going to do. When I do bet them, they don't. So we'll still watch that, see what happens. Last 7 days were 8 and 9, not the best, but if you've managed your bankroll properly, you're still in the game. So I know a couple of those days we went 1-2, 2-1, 1-1. Of course, if you're parlaying it, you're not getting anything, but that's why straight betting is the way to go. And while we're still good, I try to bet the games that I know or I think I'm going to be watching, so I can correct it live if I need to. So um, never worried about these little stretches. As long as you keep money in your account, you should be good. And we're just going to keep rolling to the next day. Try to get back to that 3-0, 4-0 day. Today there is 11, 12 games on the card. I have a couple thoughts on a few of them. The two early games, the 1 o'clock game, 3 o'clock game. Just quick thoughts on Doc Rivers is back in Philly. Half this Philly team wasn't coached by him. A couple people probably remember his tenure there, but he remembers the franchise, and he's more motivated, I think, to beat Philly than Philly is to beat him. So I'm going to stay off this game. Bucks look good after the break, but let's see if they can keep it rolling. Lakers Suns. Lakers own this season series 3-1 so far, but the Suns were banged up early in the season. Right now, Anthony Davis and LeBron James are truly questionable, and the Suns are favored by 4 in Phoenix. Don't really have a good feel for that game, but I know people are going to want to watch it, want to pick for it. I would lean Suns with all the revenge at home, but they are coming off 2 losses, and that's why I don't want to bet them. So, next game that I will be betting is the Mavs and the Pacers. Pacers are at home, 1.5 point underdogs to Dallas. Dallas has been rolling fully healthy since the All-Star break. They were on the shit list because before the break they didn't cover against the Wizards. They were 10-point favorites, 9.5-point favorites. They won by 8. Then turn around, try to bet them the next time, where I fade them the next time, and then they, blow the doors off whoever they're playing. So on the shit list, but they've looked good last couple games outside of the break, and I think this is a spot with a low spread that they might be able to get this Pacers team. So the total's super high. I like the under on the game a lot because everybody thinks it's going to be points. These two teams haven't reached this total together this year. They've probably separately gotten to 230, 240 in different games, but with the pieces that have been traded for and with the chemistry that has been gained before and since the All-Star break with these two teams specifically, I think there's a little more defense that's going to be played in this game. So the Mavs are allowing 105 points in their last 5 games. The Pacers are allowing 118 points in their last 5 games. And we're expecting both teams or either team to get to 120, 130. So I like the under. 251 is where it is now, and I'll try to bet the Mavs to cover to get off the shit list. Next game up is Nuggets and the Warriors. Warriors are 1-point underdogs at home. Nuggets are favored just because they're the Nuggets. They have the better record. They defending champions, but Warriors are 8-2 in their last 10. Nuggets are 6-4 and 5-5 against the spread. So Nuggets on the road are not the same team. I believe they're like 20-6 at home or something like that. Let's check that out real quick. But 22-5 at home this year. So that's where we blindly like to bet the Nuggets. On the road, they're 16-14, kind of even. So we're going to take a shot with the surging Warriors right now. Fade the Nuggets on the road. They're now 1-point favorites as I look at this now. So still on the Warriors as 1-point favorites at home against the Nuggets. Hornets and Blazers. We are going to take a shot with the Hornets as underdogs. This line was 3 last night. Let's see if it's moved or how it's moving. Look to be still at 3. There might be a 2.5 out here. But yeah, we're going to take a shot with the Hornets. Hornets are 4-1 in their last 5 games, just losing to the Warriors 2 nights ago in that last-minute fight over the final layup. Portland's on a 7-game losing streak. So Hornets obviously playing a better ball. They got some new pieces after the trade deadline. And I think that they are not going to fold it in or tank. So might be a better team for a little bit, at least to cover the spread in some of these games. So we are going to take a shot with the Hornets plus the 3. And those are going to be the 4 picks for us today. So I like the Mavs on the road to cover the spread. I like the under in the Mavs and Pacers game. I like the Warriors to cover the spread at home. And I like the Hornets to cover the spread on the road. So those are going to be the picks. I lock those in. Let's get this money. And we will talk to you tomorrow for some more NBA picks. Talk to you soon.